Hello, greetings everyone. This is the latest cartoon strip and the last one for a while. This is Alien Uber. Yeah, it's kind of hard to read that at the top, but yeah, I had to put it somewhere. So, fastest ride on Earth is the alien and the girl in the background, the back seat, and then the guy friend. And you see the little hood ornaments, the little alien face, and you see Roswell. We will never forget. So it's this is a fun one. I have other ideas I'll probably be playing around with, but either way, that was I wanted to share this one. Yeah, hopefully this gets a lot of attention because this is a lot of fun putting this together. So anyway, so please share. I'll be putting this on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever else is possible. Oops. All right, let me close some things down. So I just did a video about the private sessions that's uploading right now. And I was going to put this in it, but yeah, I was going to do it a couple months ago, but I was sick. So give people an idea how this works, how the private sessions situation works. Usually, after you book a session, usually I don't really contact anybody until like a couple minutes before the session occurs. And finally figured out Skype how to get that to record properly. Yeah, that was not fun. But anyway, it seems to be working pretty good. I have two methods. I record it with two different recorders. So in case one fails, another one is fully operating. And as for Skype, other ones that you don't have to do that for. Sometimes depends. So anyway, the reason we are here today, let's think. Happy Good Friday. And eventually many will be able to, on our world, realize that they have the same abilities as Yeshua. It's just it's not part of our culture. So many are not really into connecting to this type of abilities, telekinesis, telepathy, healing, and all of this lives within all of us. It's just humanity is, disconnected. Does not mean it has to be disconnected forever. But for right now, it is what it is. I wanted to go into, I had a dream last night. It was kind of disturbing. Let's see if I can remember it. Oh yeah, one of the webinar, Christy that's in the webinar, I didn't mention, I think her internet's down. I forgot to email her, but she was in I don't know why she was in the dream, but to go into more detail of the dream, I had a friend of mine about over 10 years ago now. We're not friends anymore. He was kind of like an intellectual, kind of like we'll call him James. He's a friend of mine I knew in high school, and he's an intellectual know-it-all. He can say he's smart than everybody in school, whatever. He's got no friends, but a huge ego, and yeah, he's smart, but still a lot of darkness. I think he has a lot of archon vibrations around him, actually, which is quite interesting. What's going on? Either way, he was in my dream. I'm gonna go into the dream. So, yeah, we weren't friends anymore. It was super dark, and I was trying to figure out how to get away from him because it was just, he had his grandfather died. And he got a free house out of it, and his father paid for taxes. Like, geez. His brother gave him a car. I was like, geez, is there anything else? Anyway, yeah, because I had to work for everything. And there was no jealousy there. It's just like, geez. So anyway, and he still complained about everything. So anyway, so everyone, the reason I'm bringing him up is. And imagine some of you have had connections like this. Okay, maybe not know somebody like this. It's funny, before I even knew I could connect with spirit world, he was connecting. His intuition was a lot more awake because he was going to psychology. And they're usually work crazier than the patients usually, but his psychic ability is actually his intuition was sometimes on, sometimes off. His ego got in the way. He has a lot of darkness around him. Whatever. When I got into channeling, I felt some of his vibrations. It wasn't friendly. So anytime I make a change, he shows up, and it's not friendly. I cut ties with him spiritually. Didn't know you had to do that. Apparently, you do. So recently, I had a visit from him again. Now it wasn't negative, which was weird. Now to give you an idea, it's like a skinny guy, kind of 6 foot tall, black hair, and he does live in my area, which I'm not too keen on. But anyway, eventually I'll get out of here. Not soon enough, but anyway. I think I have crossed paths with him twice since then. But anyway, he does attack me. It wasn't an attack this time, but it was kind of odd how I had a dream of him. It had to do with Orlando. It was on, and all of a sudden and Chrissy was there. That's in the webinar. She's not in the webinar anymore, but I think she has internet problems. She wasn't there physically, but something was written down. Anyway, I knew it was her. She was there. I was in Orlando. Anyway, I ended up on a plane. I don't remember the whole details of this. And James was there, and the plane was huge. I'm not sure who was on this plane. Now, James showed up. Now, he's like 6 foot tall. I saw him like a little 5-year-old. At least in size, super skinny. But it was him running around. I wasn't a 5-year-old running around, but he was. I don't think I had much interaction with him. I just know he was there. What was weird, I think somebody forgot something, or he forgot something. I went and reminded him about it, and I forgot what it was. Something else was forgotten, and I told somebody. Anyway, and whatever he forgot, it was falling apart. I don't know if it was water, liquid. I forgot what it was. I don't think it really matters. It was very bizarre. Now the plane was huge. The plane, yeah, you have your passengers, like a bus. You have your passengers, and then there was like this whole another section next to it. It was like a gambling area. I'm not sure if they're gambling. It was huge. It's like people are gambling on this plane. It's like there's a whole another. It's like on the side of where the passengers are. It was a luxury liner of some kind. It was very bizarre. So anyway, I don't know where it was going, and that was the end of the dream. So it wasn't a negative dream, but just having him there does not. I've had dreams of him here and there in the past, but ever since I started channeling, it wasn't very friendly. Channeling this time. So anyway, I figured I'd put that out there just for. Only because only reason I bring it up, because normally I want to bring it something like I said, I don't remember the whole details of that. I don't really care, really. It could mean progress. My progress is a lot different than his. Might be going, I don't know. But anyway, but the reason that somebody might show up in a dream is sometimes they're being negative. And they're not happy, you're connecting an astral, and they're not too happy with their progress. So they try to defeat you or whatever. And now anybody can have a dream like that. Not necessarily they're doing that, but the reason I'm focusing on that. This can happen to any Joe Schmo on the planet. And yet they call all this stuff just kind of doesn't mean anything, It does, because you're connecting an astral and some sort of situations going on, even those they don't talk to anymore. And in some cases, something has not been resolved. The situation between the two have not been resolved. There seems to be this situation there. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just avoiding it as much as possible. It's only so much ego one can handle. And his personality, he attracts intellectuals, females, women always seem to like him because he's like an entertainment machine. As for his intellectual ability, it's basically just a bullshit machine, basically. Some women see right through it, some just love it. You know, it's just showing his, you know, he's hiding his insecurities and stuff. That's all he's doing. And some women don't see that. They see it just, you know, wow, if I need anything, I'll just ask him. So anyway, like a walking encyclopedia. Nothing wrong with that. You might drive yourself crazy, but we're all walking encyclopedias. We just don't remember everything. And we're not here to really, I mean, we all have all information we need, but we don't need all information. We don't need, we have what we need. We can connect to anything, but we don't necessarily need everything. So anyway, the reason I brought that up is if you ever dream about somebody that you're not exactly friends with, it is good to, one way is to visualize a chord like in a relationship. It could be a romantic relationship or a friendship. Friendships can be pretty bad too if they go sour, possibly. And you can visualize a chord. It's one method. You can find others, but this one seems to work. Basically, you just connect to that person, you watch it get cut in the middle, and you just see that chord. I forgot how that went exactly. You heal it, forgive, whatever you need to do, and usually that will bring in a resolution, hopefully. Yeah, there was a lot of bad blood at that one, but it's been a long time ago. Yeah, I'm just avoiding the plague, basically. That's what I was doing. So basically, it's however you want to clear that, but imagine some, you know, yeah, it's like Good Friday is here. We're going or moving. It's like 10:30 here, something like that. Yeah, it's going on 11. And you know, humanity does not realize they can connect to the same, just the same as Yeshua. That's what this is all about here. We call a bunch of hokies, crazies, whatever. And not realizing that everyone can connect and in different ways, as we've been programmed so strong, but that's part of the test. The test is being programmed by third density vibrations, low vibrations. In the test, your individual test is to release it, release the programming. Many are not going to connect with that. They're just going to call a bunch of scam artists or whatever it is, not realizing there is a spirit world that does bring happiness, does bring, feel the spiritual energies within that. Feel yourself more as energy, definitely. Energy with the trees. Nature is always there to help you become more spiritually inclined, especially this has been a rough week at work. Past 2 weeks have been kind of rough. You realize the energies of just Mother Nature to connect to you, to bring your vibration, to heighten your vibration so you can connect with spirit, connect on your direction, calm down any kind of nerves or anger. Learning how to balance that is easier said than done. Especially in a stressful environment such as work, where business isn't exactly as it could be or as it was. I wasn't going to world politics, but send a healing to the planet and everyone, that there'll be a peaceful resolution to everything. Most likely I'm going to connect, probably do more world politics. There's going to be an interview tomorrow with Off the Deep End. Mostly it'll be world politics, what's going on with the world, maybe give it different perspectives, what's going on. But for right now, I know it's Good Friday and we're trying to connect to Mother Earth. And I haven't connected to the Men in Black in a while, and they came in a little bit earlier, and it does seem like they can give a little bit of shine to your day, maybe, or maybe not. It does seem like they have a message for those that think this is all a bunch of, you know what. They're quite humorous. I give them that. Yes, they're part. If you're wondering who the Men in Black are, they are connected to the shadow government. They are the shadow government. They are not seen. There are images of them here and there on the internet, not much. As you can see, there's a movie about them in comic books, only because of the myth. And it's another way to let people know that the reason for the movie was just kind of like, these things don't exist. Come on, it's all theater. It's just a movie. Come on. That was basically the reason for the movie. I was always wondering how that works. Like, why do you make a movie by yourself? Obviously, it's not correct. I mean, none of it is. I mean, some of it is. As for the wipe the mind is true, but they have different technologies for that. They do get harassed by the Palladians and the Nordics, Greys, definitely. But they are very. It's part of their reptilian agenda. I wouldn't say the Anunnaki. I imagine they're there somewhere, but mostly it's reptilian, the Draco energies, the agenda for the Dark Cabal. It does seem like some of the Men in Black are assembled genetically. That's fun. But understand also they're in fourth density. They do come in our density, but they can easily disappear. They go into another dimension. I mean, they can be physically here, yes, but they can go. They use technology to go into their DNA is very 4D, but they can be also quite vicious at times. The reason for the channeling connection to them is to bring healing to them and to us. It's a neutral connection. It's not here to fear us, to bring comedy. They have a good sense of humor, depending on what day it is. They do sometimes bring in information about, just to give me an idea of, most likely they're just here to keep us away from the aliens. It's just that we can't handle it. It's part of many as a government is using their technologies. It is Area 51. It's many other places, Europe. There are many other places they can go to, Africa. So it's not, they can test all their underground. They do a lot of stuff as for their high density technology. So it's not like, so they can do, either way, it's keep the aliens away from us. We're not prepared. Now, there could have been, the government can be more open about alien extraterrestrial life. They're not going to, but they can. It's on how you go about it, but understand they're fully controlled by it. So why it interferes with their agenda. Basically, when you have a few people running the world, we like it this way. We like to see the ignorance of humanity. It's probably more than that, but they feel like we can't handle it. But obviously, they programmed us so we can't handle it using the propaganda. So there's another thing I want to go into about Bill O'Reilly. No, I want to go into politics, but Bill O'Reilly and his sexual behaviors recently. I also wanted to mention this about light workers also, that you go to these retreats and you think you're going to a spiritual retreat, and there might be a spiritual Bill O'Reilly there that's there to, put his hands where they don't belong and things of that sort. They do exist. I went to a thing here in Florida where you felt a lot of the males are very much, they're around a bunch of women and they're just putting on their show. So just to let you know, so when you go to these spiritual retreats, just be aware. If you're a female, be aware. Keep yourself safe, basically. And a lot of these guys are, the fake and all that. Yeah, so I just want to go into a little bit of detail on that because it's in the news and it just made me think about it. So anyway, I just want to jump off topic. So anyway, I was going to connect to the Men in Black. Hopefully, I'll connect to somebody a little bit more positive. But anyway, hopefully, this is bringing some humor and some information. They haven't connected in a while, and they used to connect when I would go to the theme parks. I haven't gone for a while. It's just, there's only so much that you can handle. So, all right, much love, blessings, and here we go.
Greetings to you. This is Agent N with Galactic Radio from the Men in Black. Blessings. We send our love to your society. Yes, as backward as you are, we still appreciate you, even if you don't appreciate each other. Right now, our connection with you is much appreciated that you are having open ears for our communications, as we will not harm you or bring any negativity unless you... Either way. What we are here to do, why we are connecting to you today, is to show that humanity is far from ready from connecting, as you can see. Not to be negative about it, but as you can see, the humanity is well within the cabal vibrations as the puppet masters of your society, as have your world under its, I want to say, toe. And as you all awaken and become more spiritual, more enlightened, you are laughed at, aren't you? Mocked by those under the cabal spell. And the cabal spell is very strong, as you can see. And we do, well, with the MIB energies, we are much involved with it. We are manipulated no different than you are, only in different ways. Meaning our manipulation is to manipulate you. But for this communication, we're allowed to connect and say hello, because we most likely, your humans aren't going to, they're just going to diss it and walk away. As we are quite, we have humor around that at our coffee tables of how humans just slap this off and think it's all phony. But yet they go into the under control system that has been planted around you. The news, your entertainment systems, all under the cabal vibrations to keep you under control, to keep you connecting to yourself. So continue on. We have no problem with that. But for you, those of you that are connecting to your spiritual vibrations, you know us well. That you are, most of you behave, but some of you do not. And we appreciate those that behave, but those that do not behave, well, we leave our impression, don't we? Some of you get a little bit loud. We don't like loud. We like contentment, chill. Then you get loud with us, we get loud back, as you can see. If you don't know what we're talking about, that is good. In astral plane, we are very much busy there. And some of you want to duke it out with us, which is fine. We usually win, but not always. It depends on what you have to say, but either way, yes, we're here to keep your memories clear. Some of you are raised, now understand how this works, how your memories are wiped. Some of you do it on your own, which we are, understand that the MIV procedures
So only allow so much into your Earth's climate. Most of it needs to be erased, or all of it, to come back into this world. If not, you will get a visit. You will have health deficiencies also. So it's not a warning. It's just, we're just letting you know. It's part of your Earth contract also to be erased. So we are watching that closely. Basically, if you do not erase your mind, we will do it for you. And now some of it is allowed to be brought in because you made an agreement to allow your Palladians, your Arcturians to be remembered, which is fine. Some of you see that as more of a negative than a positive because you know more of what's going on than your standard population. Your standard population is easy to control and manipulate, and you are not. But yet you're very depressed because you cannot connect to anyone. You cannot relate to anyone because you see aliens and angels and just everyone called you crazy. Well, that is part of your contract here. And we cannot manipulate that. We usually stay out of that. That is none of our business. But if it is a government business, we will get involved. We will erase your mind if you do not do it to yourself. Basically, how that works is just make an agreement. That's very simple. As you leave, go into astral, play around, be naked, whatever you're going to do, and then you enter back into your life, you go through a mind erasing protocol. It's very simple, but not everything gets erased. And that's true. Even our erasing capabilities aren't always foolproof. And that's where some of you remember your aliens, your abductions, on and on. I think I need to back off from that. The reason why we are here with Galactic Radio MIB Agent N bringing this communication to you. As most of you humans are unaware of our existence and laugh at the whole idea of us even being on your world. They don't realize they're being played heavily. And to understand the truth might scare the shit out of most of them. And that's true. Most of your humans are weaklings, as you can see. And those that are strong know who is strong. And stay strong to your spiritual beliefs, which is excellent. Which we pride you for that. You are mocked, but we pride you for that. As in most of your sheep mentality planet is very intelligent but easily swayed. Because the truth scares the hell out of them. And you know it. But the truth can be absolutely lovely, but some do have galactic pasts that are of a nightmarish existence. And why do you think they choose a world like this where there's no aliens? This is, yes, you're being schooled by MIB agent. No worries. If you don't believe this, carry on. Most are going to be in a disbelief because that's where their vibration is also. Is that a lower third density vibration? You see the anger on some of them when they see a disbelief? Look where their vibration is. It is not of a loving nature. It is of an angry nature. Yes, they might be positive, but their friends are still a deep darkness within them. That's been planted by their Illuminati friends. And how do you know you have Illuminati friends? Well, you'll see billboards. You're always hit with advertisements. They're there to program you, and you're there to be programmed, as you can see. And many of you avoid these programmings. And that's how you can connect to your angels, your spirits, your trees. And we admire those that do that. And most of you are peaceful with us. And we admire that. That is why we are here. To make a peaceful connection. What is there need to be known of your Earth environment? Your political asylum situation? The Galactic Federation of Light is working strong with your society at this time. Yes. It is bringing a clearing. And some of you are feeling it. Some of you are feeling troubles, turmoil within yourself because you are bringing a higher vibration to this planet. Yes. Is that going to bring your aliens in? Well, it does bring it closer. Yes. Anytime soon. That is up to you. Now understand what happens when your Earth becomes more aware to aliens' vibrations. And MIB is slowly retired. We go somewhere else, basically. From the vibrations, I would not see ourselves leaving here anytime soon. But yes, we will go freely. We're not here to aggress. Understand, when our controllers say we can leave you alone, we will. That is that simple. But then not necessarily we're parasites in your society. You can say that to some degree. But understand, most of your humanity cannot handle a mantis, a reptilian, on and on and on. They want loving beings. That's not the case for your aliens, your insectoids. I mean, if you're going to see one, why don't you see them all? And some are absolutely terrifying to look at. Yes, they might be friendly, but there are some of them are terrifying. Even to those that are awakened, they're still kind of spooked out. Even especially with the grays. They're not exactly, it's something you would bring home to mom, that this is your new relationship partner, or your new friend, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, those scare, yes. So, see where your humanity is right now. So our thoughts to your society is to be aware that there is the unknown here. And those that are easily to brush us off, we welcome your brushing us off. How hard is it to be? Yeah, it's easier to be uneducated than educated, as your population can see. The more spiritually aware, the more you know, the more terrifying life can be, depending on what vibration you connect to. You can add balance to it and you are fine. But most of your humanity connects to fear, as you can see, and skepticism, but mostly fear. Even when they do see an alien, they're going to immediately feel fear. They're not prepared for it. It's not brought into your society. Needs to be, yes, etched into your society ever so slightly. You need to warm up to them as it's happening now. As most of you are seeing it as a joke, those that are unawakened. We find that interesting. But we do see your future. We see the hard-headedness of your society, quite sure. At this time, your Donald Trump is well under control, yes. But by who? There is both forces around him, positive and light. Positive and dark, sorry. As the war that with Syria could have been avoided, could have been done much more friendlier, but they decided not to go more to darker energies. But does not mean that you will not be pulled away from the darker energies. You will find a way. It does seem like the cabal is letting down their curtain and allow more positivity into your environment. Meaning more ghosts, more aliens, more of this and that brought into your culture. As many of them are surrendering in their own spiritual way, allowing this earth to awaken ever so slightly. That does not mean we're going away, far from it. This year is, understand, there's a 7 in this year, 17, 7. 7 is a powerful number. It's a cabal. It is a spiritual number, let's put it that way. And many of you are feeling the shift, and that shift will continue its vibrations. And many of your human society is disconnected will stay disconnected. That is part of their vibration, to be disconnected, to be part of the cabal society. Drink their Pepsi Cola, complain a lot, have sexual frustrations, be ignorant of their universe, and become part of. In many ways, your world is the high mind. It is part of a group consciousness, isn't it? Of one-way thinking. Much of it is. As you become more spiritual, you become more disconnected from the high mind vibrations. You become more individual. You are individual, but still part of the collective in the old way of thinking. But that's true. It's like eating McDonald's. Many do it and they know it's bad for them. Many connect to the lower vibrations of society that's been shoved up your ass, basically. And many take it up the ass anyway. Those that choose not to do that are of your spiritual groups that no longer accept the society or are sold. And that's where they get mocked. Much love to you. Blessings. Happy connecting. This is Agent N. I hope you were entertained and educated at the same time. Signing off. Hello there. Jeez. Okay. I got some of that. Anyway. Okay. Well, we had that. I'll connect to somebody a little bit more positive. Well, not to say that was thyroid negative, but anyway. Let's see who comes through. Blessings, much love. Greetings, I am Yeshua. Blessings. My energy to you is to connect to the reality you wish to connect with. Find the love that's within yourself. Not to worry if you're being loved. Are you loving yourself? So much neglect for oneself. So such fear of the unknown. Many are afraid to connect to your spiritual vibrations. Because they're not trusting their own instincts. Because they've been disconnected from spirit for such a long time. They don't know who they are. And how to connect to your one's energies is to believe you are part of it. You are a spiritual, positive being. You will not allow negative beings to connect to you. Maybe for conversation purposes, because they all have something to say, which is fine. They have many lessons to teach you, of course. But to allow positivity for your energy to connect to a positive voice, to receive healing. That is where you all will be when the time is right for you individually. Are you ready to let go of negativity? Many hold on to negativity to make that their life. Am I going to be able to pay this? Am I going to do this? Am I ever going to find myself? But not many people here are really looking for themselves. They're looking for money, is from what I'm seeing. They're not looking for themselves. But which is understandable that many do need to have a house or somewhere to live, a roof over their head. But also to neglect those that are on your streets, as many of them have actually found themselves, have found this disconnection from humanity, as they feel like they're left out in the cold, as they are. But some would rather be out in the cold than be part of a society that's been totally tricked into paying these large amounts of money to live in these facilities. Everyone has a way of looking at things, and some of them do refuse to work, which is fine. They are still a human being, they still matter. But society has rejected them, calling them lazy, but yet many that make a great amount of wealth are lazy also, lazy to humanity. Yes, they might be paying their bills and living, having expensive clothes, but they are neglecting humanity. As expensiveness is nice, but realize it is losing one's faith also. Many are putting their energies into objects and not into themselves, their energy into themselves. Realize you are a spiritual being connected to nature that has been mostly neglected. Your animals, those that live with you, or you see those outside, can be easily connected to, as many of them outside do fear humanity, for what humanity will do to them. Some of them they have no problem going their own direction. But yes, they have great wisdom, though, that humanity can much need to heal. It's also silence and just a simple meditation. You don't have to do a meditation, just listen. Allow your guides to say hello. Ask your guides in a place of silence. Do you have a message for me? Because understand your guides are very much part of your vibration. They are your thoughts. They are you in many ways. And you are them. But mostly they are you. You do pick up some of their character traits. But you're also healing your own guides. You're teaching them. They're learning through you, but you're learning through them. As many of them attach themselves to you to be brought through your journey. Because those here are the brave ones to deal with this type of stress, these type of challenges. But your guides are brave also, because even they'd be pushed to their brink of madness in some ways, in their own way. Some of you might feel the frustration from your guides. If you feel frustration and you don't know why, most likely it's from your guide. It depends on the situation. You have several guides. Some have at least 8 to 12 guides around them at one time. Realize also you're connected to your planets, your Agartha. Your planets around you, the Agarthan vibrations, all live within you and been neglected. Yes, the third density test is to keep you from your higher density goals. Financial situation is there burdening many. And it does disconnect one from fourth density now, doesn't it? It's there for a reason. But it's also there to bring a healing to one's soul. You will find a way to bring the fourth density vibration to yourself if you wish. The higher densities, I should say. Some wish to be in fifth, sixth density, where they no longer have a body. Some of you that have a large amount of weight wish to be with no body at all. And just like to float in the air, basically. But that is why they've chosen this incarnation. to feel this weight of this third density. And also, some come here with a great amount of weight to have only one lifetime. That one lifetime is 7, 10 lifetimes in other realities, all in one lifetime. So the stress levels, all of this has a purpose. The inconvenience of feeling insecure with health reasons, with everything here has a purpose to heal, for you to heal yourself. Do not let these matters bother you so much. You realize you're a spiritual being just being tested in a third density environment. A soul that lives forever. And many of you will begin to connect with that when the time is right. The soul lives forever. The soul is many versions of oneself across this universe and other universes. There are so many of you here. Is a small speck to what is out in your universe, though. Understand the programming that's going on in your planet. The news system, and if it's not that, it's your friends of the music energies. You will find a way to release this programming, connect to oneself, connect to the harmony of that's within you. Because you are the entertainment. But these things are fine, the externals. But you take that information, bring it into yourself, and make it your own and create your own version. You all can do this. You are all creators. Blessings to you. All right. Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend.